Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft with Sidetrack. Today, we are up to episode 22 in our Let's Play series, so pretty good. And what I want to do today is start working on really getting into Applied Energistics 2. Last episode, at the very end, we managed to sneak in a meteor, and we mined one up, and we found some cool things. Where did I put those cool things? We found our inscriber logic press and our inscriber engineering press. So those are the two of the four inscriber presses that we're going to need. And if you don't remember, your inscriber presses are found in meteors. Now, we went through and we mined out the one, let's zoom out a little bit. Whoa, that was a little too far. We mined out this meteor. But there are several other meteors. There's one over here in the middle of a lava lake. That one sounds like fun. We'll go there first. Then we'll swing around down. There are two little ones here. And I think there's one somewhere over here. Ooh, actually, I just remembered how I wanted to make something before we headed off. Let's go do that really quick. Make it over my canyon. Open door. One of the things, if you do not find meteors close to your base, or maybe you find some, but you need more, one of the things you can make to help find these meteors is what they call a meteor compass, or a meteorite compass. Now, what this does is, functions just like a regular compass, but instead of pointing north, it points to the nearest meteor. So this one you can see is pointing over in this direction toward that meteor we already visited. We don't need to go visit that one, so we're just going to go off in this direction. And what you will find is that it's just going to point to the nearest meteor, and sometimes, actually a lot of the times, your meteors actually are not going to be underground. Or excuse me, they're not going to be above ground. A lot of times they're actually under the ground somewhere. A meteorite hit the ground a long time ago and has since been covered up by sedimentation and things like that. Alright, so now our meteorite compass has changed directions. So we're just going to go off in this way. Alright, we are... Oop. Did I just see something do? No, we didn't. Just my imagination. We are getting close to the meteor, and it's actually pointing toward that meteor we've been looking at. And what you'll find is as you get close to the meteor, once you're in the same chunk as the meteor, and if I turn on my boundaries, you will see that I am in the same chunk as part of this meteor. And the compass starts going haywire, because it doesn't know what direction to point in. It's not quite fine-tuned enough to know that the chunk is... Actually, hold on. Let's look at this. Well, I think there may actually be another meteor here. But I think it's probably pointing to this one. And so once you get close enough, the meteorite compass goes crazy, and then you have to find the actual meteor. So let's turn off this. And, of course, I have absolutely no dirt or anything to bridge my way over there. But that's okay, because we can go to the other side. So let's come over this way. Of course, it's going to be nighttime, and that's no good. So we want to try and find the middle of the compass. Or, excuse me, the middle of the meteor. Now, this might complicate things, because our meteorite did not spawn in a very convenient location. And it's entirely possible that the chest actually should be in the chunk that I'm in now. So I'm going to dig around and see what I can find, and hopefully not get murdered by zombies in the back. Oh, actually, nope, that was easy. So it was right here. Chest. Copper nuggets. Achievement. Didn't I don't know. Ooh, the silicon press. Nice. Unknown tech. What is that achievement? How do we find achievements anyway? Because didn't I already loot one of these? I'm all confused. Alright, so achievements, unknown technology. Industrial craft, mistcraft, twilight forest, applied energistics. What is unknown technology? Find a press. Didn't we? Oh, because okay, I got it. So we made the meteorite. Okay. I'm just confused. We had to make the meteor compass in order to get that other achievement. Not that I ever pay attention to achievements, but... Okay, so let's take a look at our map. I know there are some more down here, and I think there may be another one somewhere over this way. Oh, wait, maybe that's it. No, that's a... I don't know. I'm going to go off finding another one. So far, we've had really good luck. So we found 3 of the 4 that we need, which is... I'm actually... kind of surprised. Usually you find, the same one like 5 times in a row. Alright, off I go. Alrighty, our compass has switched directions. And I think we're headed back to those other ones that we found on the minimap. Trying to avoid all these monsters. I'm also trying to collect some of these Botania flowers as we go. So, well, yeah, we're headed right toward these two. Well, that was easy. I guess we didn't need to make that meteorite compass. Alright, let's see. This one's kind of cool. It's got glass in it. That's different. Okay. What did I just saved this? I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm trying to hit number 2 and I'm... Anyway. Okay. So we need to work our way toward the middle here. Let's just kind of cut right down from here, maybe. So I'll dig this out and catch you guys in a minute. And here we go, right in the middle. All right, iron nuggets and it. Wow, wow. Well, that's the easiest time I've ever seen trying to find these. So we have all 4 different. Of course, I can't get out now. We have all 4 different presses. I'm almost a little bummed that was so easy. Oh well. I suppose may as well raid this one just while I'm at it. There typically isn't anything else worthwhile in these that I'm aware of. But I'll go ahead and mine it and figure out what we get. Alrighty, down in our hole. Let's light this up a little bit. Not sure how well you guys can see. And an engineering press that we have, and a logic press that... Oh boy! Ow! Stupid creepers! I thought I had... I guess he snuck up somehow. Alright, let's kill this guy. Dispatch of the creeper. Don't stand in the quicksand. That'd be bad. And let's see, what can we put in here? Let's throw the dirt in there, have a logic press. We don't really need 2 copies of it, but what harm can it do? Ooh, ooh. Ha, I taunt you. I taunt you. Goodbye, zombie! Okay, I'll meet you guys back at the base. Although, actually, yeah. See you in a minute. Alrighty, home again, home again. And let's put these things in here. So we've got an inscriber press, 2 logic presses, a calculation press, and 2 engineering presses. Not too bad. Not too shabby. We've got some iron nuggets and some copper nuggets that I don't really care much about. I suppose the iron nuggets we could turn into an iron ingot. And the copper nuggets we'll just kind of hold on to and figure out something to do with them later. I don't know if you actually use copper nuggets for anything. Nope. Looks like not much. We could make a copper nugget cast. Okay, so let's put... Oh yeah, I made some tool things. Yeah, it doesn't go on there. Oh well. Meteor compass can sit there. I found a bunch of Botania things. Let me go put those away and get some stuff set up so we can start work on in-flight Energistics. Pretty excited. You know, guys, sometimes I do some of the dumbest things. Yeah. As in... You'd think I would remember, you know, hey, I built my house on, you know, a cliff thing. I probably ought to be really careful about not digging straight down. No. Where's the fun in that? So, yeah. Which makes me think, you know, we've got to do something about storage of XP, because I just lost 20 some odd levels of experience. Okay. So, yeah, that didn't work out so well. Let's turn into a bat and fix this. What I was trying to do, go down over here and show you. I need to have some kind of another room. I think I want to do it underneath. Yeah, I didn't think that was quite so far away. Oh well. I want to have some kind of room that is under our main area so that we can, there we go, do some things that are out of sight. And so I was working on that and then it died. So let me finish on that and hopefully not be an idiot this time. Okay, I think we're set. I've done a little bit of prep and I've got some materials. So we're going to get started with Applied Energistics 2 now. Okay, so the first thing we need to worry about with Applied Energistics 2 is you need to make sure you have lots of Certus quartz and you need to make sure you have at least some charged Certus quartz. Now the charged Certus quartz say that like 10 times fast, is harder to get a hold of because it's a lot less common. But it's okay because you can turn Certus quartz into charged Certus quartz. And that's actually one of the first things we're going to want to do. We're going to make a charger from Applied Energistics 2. However, in order to make the charger, you'll notice that you need to have these Fluix crystals, or pure Fluix crystals. Well, how do you make those? Fairly simple. You're going to drop one charged Certus quartz, plus one nether quartz, plus one redstone dust into a puddle of water. And then you just wait, and you'll get some Fluix crystals. So, I've got charged Certus quartz, I've got regular old nether quartz, and I've got some redstone. So let's go ahead and put these on my bar, and then find ourselves a puddle. Luckily, we have one right down here. Now, at some point, we're going to definitely have to automate this. Make sure you take your ring off. We take, ow. Well, okay. We're going to have to find ourselves a new puddle, away from anything that might suck in these items. That's okay, because I've got this more or less planned out. All right, redstone, Certus quartz, charged quartz. Wait a minute. You can see some particle flux going on. Ooh, check it out. Fluix crystals. Excellent. Well, I'm going to make a couple more of these. And we're just going to wait here, because these are fairly nice to have. Okay, so one thing that you can do with these Fluix crystals is that you can double the amount that you have. You can take your Fluix crystals, you can grind them into Fluix dust, and then using your Fluix dust, you can mix it with some sand to make Fluix seeds. Well, what the heck do you do with a Fluix seed? Well, glad you asked. You can drop a Fluix seed into some water and wait a very long time. And it will slowly and eventually turn into pure Fluix crystals. Now, the pure Fluix crystals you can use for most of the recipes. I think there may be one or two that you need the regular crystals for, but you can pretty much make everything. Can we make the charger, actually? Yeah, we can. Okay, but we can't quite do that yet. So, we've got our Fluix crystals, and we'll talk about duplicating more later. I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. Okay. So, we need to take our Fluix crystals, we need to take some iron, and I think this is the right recipe. Excellent. We've got ourselves a charger. So the charger can be used to turn regular Certus quartz into charged Certus quartz. So it's nice to have. Usually good to make pretty early on, just so you have plenty of it on hand if and when you need it. Well, you definitely will need it. Okay, the next thing, we're going to make an inscriber. Inscriber does not want to cooperate. Did that say it needed a pure? No, it doesn't. Okay, good. Should be pretty cool. Okay, the inscriber is actually what we're going to use with these various presses. So, where should we drop these things? Both of these are going to need a source of power. And for the moment... Alright, shut up. For the moment, we're going to stick them over here because this is pretty close to all the rest of my things. It's also on my Steve's factory manager cable, which is kind of convenient. We are going to, just put them right here. They accept power from the bottom, so pretty nifty. Alright, so we've got a charger. We can put in... right-click to throw in a Certus crystal, and then right-click to throw it out. So we've got a nice supply of charged Certus quartz now. We are going to have to automate it at some point. It's a fairly easy automation process, especially with Steve's factory manager, but we'll get to that later. Okay, next thing we want to do is look at this inscriber. Okay, you need to take, you put material in the top, you put the press in the bottom, and then, your product will come out over here. Let me back up a second here. Does it have recipes? There we go. Oh, nope, I was wrong. Press goes in the top. Not sure it really matters. Maybe it does. So you'll take your press in the top, and you can press, all kinds of different things. You can make yourselves additional copies, but you only really want to do that if you're on a multiplayer server. But you really want to press gold, Certus quartz, diamond, and silicon. Each of these needs the silicon press. The engineering press is used for diamonds. The calculation press is used for your quartz crystals. And the inscriber is used for gold. Okay, pretty cool. So let's think about what we need to do. In order to get started with applied energistics, we're going to need these storage cells. Where are the storage cells? Maybe on the next page. There we go. All right, so storage cells come in many flavors, and each different flavor is a different size. We're going to start with the simplest ones to make, which is the 1K storage. You need 1K storage, or any storage, to be able to really do anything with applied energistics beyond what we've already done. So we're going to need some Certus quartz, redstone, and we're going to need some logic processors. So in order to make the logic processor, we're going to have to make a printed logic circuit with some printed silicon and redstone in our inscriber. In order to get this, we're going to have to take our logic press and some gold. So let's find our logic press. Logic press is here. Grab some gold. Gold is somewhere over here. We've got lots of all this stuff right now. And, I don't know how many we should make. Can only make one at a time. And so the automation of this is quite handy. One thing that I almost forgot to show you, and I wanted to cut and show you this, is that these are animated. And so you actually put the gold in there and you see the gold, and once it's done with the process, or whatever material it is, it actually stamps it, which is pretty fancy. I like that. So I wanted to show it to you. So we've made a couple of logic circuits. Now what we need to do is make a silicon. So we're going to put silicon in here. And it will turn it into a nice silicon circuit board, maybe? I don't know what it's called. Just printed silicon. Okay, we'll make a couple. So once you've got your printed silicon, you can get that out of here. You're going to put printed silicon down the bottom, and these, again, don't stack. Logic circuit at the top, and put some redstone. Give it a couple minutes, and you will have our logic processor. Very cool. So this is a much more complicated system, and actually I think it's a really great system, than the old way that you have to cut it with little knifey things or stick it in your Buildcraft laser system. Okay, so we've got our logic processor. We can now go ahead and make our 1K storage. It's pretty simple, but we are going to need some quartz glass. Quartz glass is just ground up quartz and regular old glass. So we can take some quartz, find ourselves our pulverizer. I don't know how much this. Let's just make 32 of them. It'll take a little while. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And run over here. Okay, let's try it over here. Glass. There we go. Okay. So we've got that. We've got this. We need to throw this in here. Of course, it's not going to let me do that. That goes there. This goes here. And what went around the outside? Redstone? There we go. Okay. Storage cluster, or storage component, excuse me. Redstone, glass. Can I do this? No, of course not. Quartz glass. And the quartz glass you can also use in the world. It looks kind of cool. All right, 1K storage cell. So we've got ourselves a storage cell and still don't have anything to do with it. So in order to use these, pretty much what you need to do is we need to make ourselves one of a couple things. You can make a regular old storage chest, an ME storage chest, which is right here, an ME chest. Not terribly difficult to make. It does require several components that require lots of other things. But what I want to do is actually make an ME drive. And for that, we're going to need some engineering processors. So we're going to have to make some of these engineering circuit boards. And so you can see fairly quickly that being able to automate this is quite important because it would take a very long time doing it by hand. But let's just make, I think we need 2 of them. And we're going to need to make another silicon press. Switch that out. I'm running out of inventory space. Silicon. Put this in here. At least it doesn't take terribly long. That's always a good thing. Oh, I'm making an extra one for some reason. Oh well. Okay. And then we're going to take... Come here. Okay. There we go. Oh, it doesn't, like, I have an extra. What can I throw on the ground? I don't need this string right now. Silicon down the bottom. Redstone in the middle. Great. Redstone. Silicon. And then here we have our next engineering processor. Okay. Can I pick up that string yet? No. Alright, so to make our ME drive, and the ME drive is going to work... okay. Well. To make our ME drive, let me go ahead and dump some of this stuff off. We're going to need a couple more components. So give me just a second to get all these things together, and I'll be right back. Alright, I take that back. So as much as I really want to go ahead and just get this network up and running, I think we probably are burning through so many of these crystals that it would probably be a really good idea to start doubling our crystal production. And so before we get into making our network, we probably ought to go ahead and talk about these crystal growth accelerators and the whole crystal growing process. So one of the things that you want to do is you can pulverize either your Fluix crystals, and I'll go ahead and do that first, just because. Let's make one more. Or you can pulverize your Certus quartz crystals. And so if we go ahead and make 8 of both of these, what you can do is you can grab some sand that apparently I'm out of. I'm out of sand. Well, that's okay. We'll just go over here, grab a stack out of here. Okay. And I suppose I had to lock that back in here. Here we go. It's locked, so it only should accept sand, but not sure why. Oh, there we go. Okay. I must have done it with an empty hand and confused things. Anyway. Okay. So what you can do is you can take some sand, and you can take these Certus quartz, and it will turn it into Certus quartz seeds. Now you will get 2 seeds per Certus quartz, or per Fluix crystal. And so essentially what you need to do is you need to take these seeds and throw them in some water, and you'll notice that the tooltip on here says this item won't despawn. So you can throw both of these into your water, and they'll just hang out there for a while. And you'll see some kind of bubbling effects as these crystals start to grow. Now, this is going to take a very long time, and to illustrate this, I'm going to leave them there while we work on the rest of this, and you'll understand what I mean when I say it'll take a very long time, like hours. But there are ways to speed this up, and that's where these crystal growth accelerators come in handy. So for these, we're going to need some ME glass cable, the Fluix. So for that, we're going to need some quartz fiber, and quartz fiber just needs quartz and glass. Fairly simple. So I've got a couple of these. Let's make 6 of them. And what else did we need? We need to take some fiber along with some Fluix crystals. I would prefer to use the... I don't need to clear that out, but I will... Let's see. Got 8. Alright. And I think we should be pretty good with this. We are going to have to make some Fluix blocks. Is there any iron in there? Doesn't look like it. We do have a little bit of silicon glass or quartz glass. Let's make some more. 2, 3, 4, 5. Should have made more when I had the chance. We'll start with 2. Well, 4. Uh, Flux block. Put all this in here. Do I have everything? Excellent. So we're going to make 2 of these because that's what we've got the stuff for. And we're going to come downstairs and set this up. Alright, so what do we need to do to set these up? Well, it's pretty simple. You just put them next to the water that you have. So let's take a look just for some comparison. How long has this been going? Oh, quite some time. And they are at 2% complete. Now, I actually did a quick cut there because, well, you don't care. I had to do a quick cut. And so, you know, those crystals have probably been there a good 15, 20, 30 minutes, something like that. So it takes a very long time for them to grow. So what can we do to make this go quicker? Crystal Growth Accelerator. I'm repeating myself a little bit, I'm sorry. I need power, because the Crystal Growth Accelerators need a source of power. And they're actually going to need applied Energistics power. So you can't hook them directly into energy conduits. We're going to need to make something to convert our applied Energistics power into, or excuse me, our thermal expansion redstone flux power into applied Energistics power. Easiest thing to do is to make an energy acceptor. So it's just going to need flux crystal, quartz, iron nugget. Of course, I'm going to have to make some more quartz. I should really just make a whole lot of this all at once, but oh well. Alright, so now we've got plenty of that, and we need one last flux crystal. What else do I have to do with this? Where is it? I lost it. Energy acceptor. Will it shift click? Of course it won't. Is this what I saw? I don't have any iron, do I? Probably why it didn't want to work. Iron. There we go. Energy acceptor. Cool. Now, the only other thing we're going to need is we're going to need some of this glass cable. So the way Applied Energistics works is it transfers everything related to Applied Energistics through this flux cable. Now, we need to have this flux cable on the bottom because our crystal growth accelerators only accept stuff from the bottom. If we go ahead and chop a hole down here, you can see that it is connected. If I tried to connect it to the side, it does not connect. And of course, I don't have my wrench on me. Easiest way to get this stuff up is just to grab your wrench, and it works with any kinds of wrench. And shift right click, just like the conduits. Okay. So I have gone through and I have kind of drilled a hole and run energy conduit down along here. This connects up to our machine room is up there. So pretty simple. Okay. For right now, why don't we do this? We'll put the energy acceptor right here. And so it's going to accept energy. And you can see that these are now flashing with particle effects. I do want to disable, well, okay, we'll just do this quickly. Okay, so at some point we're going to do some more things down here. But for right now, let's go ahead and seal these up. Seal these up, seal this up. Drop that here. And just to show you how much faster this is going to go, these are at 2%. And we'll wait a couple minutes. A couple seconds. Pick them up again. And now it's at 4%. So in just the last, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, it did the same amount of growth as it did in that entire length of time when it did not have any growth accelerators. Now the downside to these growth accelerators is they use quite a bit of power. How much power? Well, nothing that our system can't handle, but I think each one takes, 10 redstone flux. I think, is that right? Somewhere around there. About 10 redstone flux a tick. And so you'll find that our machines have to kick on and then they'll turn off, and they'll kick on and then they'll turn off. Okay. All right, so the first thing we want to do is we want to be able to turn power off to our system. And in order to do that, we're going to use this thing called a toggle bus. Not the inverted one, but the regular toggle bus. Pretty simple. Just some glass cable, redstone, and a lever. So let's go ahead and make that really quick, because before too long, we are going to be running those crystal growth accelerators. That is not quite what... No, that's not what I wanted. Oh, bother. This is what happens when you don't check your recipes really quickly. Okay, glass cable. Oh, okay, no, I'm on the right. I just need some more Fluix crystals. Let's see if these are done yet, because that would be swell. Ah, they're close. If they're not done, they're pretty close. All right, 90%. So going much quicker. So what you find is that these have several stages of growth. So we'll wait a couple minutes and I'll come back when they're all done and we are ready to use them. All right, I think they're good. I think I just saw them finish. Yes, excellent. Okay, so these are done. We want to disconnect this growth accelerator because right now it's still using power and they will continue to draw power even... Where did that cable go? I lost the cable. It's... Oh, my inventory's full. Let's do this. Let's put our ring on. And now we can grab it. Cool. So now we've disconnected that cable. These are no longer functioning. But we don't want to have to disconnect and reconnect the cable every single time. So we're going to make this toggle bus. So let's see. We need quartz fiber, 2 of these Fluix crystals, and then this is ME cable. So 2 ME cables. We're going to need, let's drop some of the stuff here. We need 1 lever. Lever goes like so. Lever. Lever goes in the middle. And redstone toggle bus. Great. So how does the toggle bus work? Well, it's pretty simple. You stick it on your cables. And we are probably going to stick it right there. We need to put another piece of cable on top of it. Because what we find is that a lot of these are all multi-block. The cables are multi-blocks. So the little toggle bus is a little tiny thing that connects these two. And right now, since there's no redstone signal going to it, these are not going to function. If we were to apply a redstone signal, and I do not have anything to apply redstone signal with, but it would allow it to function and would work the way we want it to. Let's grab ourselves a stick, make ourselves a lever. We're going to make this a little bit better later, but for demonstration purposes, redstone conduit. Oh boy, I have too much stuff. Put that energy conduit in there. Down the hole. Okay. Redstone conduit, in theory, should apply a redstone signal to that. If we go ahead and turn that on, maybe not. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, redstone signal. Now you can see these are working. They're flashing kind of purpley blue. You can also see in the Wayla tooltip it says device online. Well, we don't want the device to be online, so let's turn it off. Power should stop flowing. Device offline. Great. We're going to make that better in a little bit. All right, upstairs we go. Okay. That's about all we have time for today. So, next episode, we are going to take a look at the rest of Applied Energistics. We're going to actually make ourselves a network. We are going to probably start off by automating a lot of this crystal production, and I'll probably write some kind of program that I'll show off to you guys for automating the production of the presses, so we don't have to stand there doing that all the time. But until then, this is Sidetrack signing off. Have a great day, folks.